In the 16th and final season of the BCS, it seems like it's a pretty clear-cut choice. Florida State, obviously, rolling past Duke, and now Auburn should move up. Yep. Any argument with those top two teams for you?
No, I think we had an argument, maybe a little bit of an argument, even if Ohio State did win, but it's pretty clear-cut. And I tell you what, this is the only team I think that could beat Florida State at this point, Auburn. And I know, listen, their defense gave up a lot of points to Missouri. This is the only offense I think that can consistently score against FSU. This offense isn't the same offense you saw early in the year against Washington State, against LSU, against Mississippi State when they fumbled around. The new coach, they got their personnel down. Trey Mason is running the ball as well as anybody in the country. By the way, he should be invited to New York for the Heisman Trophy. And I think their dimension is so powerful and so good. And Gus Malzahn on that tempo, it's the only team that could beat Florida State or give them a good game.
We've been researching this, and the odds makers, the early line on a Florida State-Auburn potential national championship game, neutral field, Pasadena, January 6th. Yeah, between 7-8 points in double figures, Florida State being favored over Auburn, although maybe they would reevaluate that after Auburn's second consecutive performance. What about the Tigers' sense that this is a team of destiny? All those close call wins, the miracle against Georgia, the well-earned, shocking, euphoric win over Alabama, and now things breaking in the fourth quarter here in Indy, what they needed to get in the game.
It's been an amazing year. And take ourselves back a year ago. 0 SEC wins. They don't have any players. They don't have any talent. And then you come to this year, they're finding themselves throughout the season. You see all the recruiting. They're great up front on the offensive line. Nick Marshall's taken time to develop, but now he's to a point, I think, where you can really trust him. And this offense, it's not the same when it was with Cam Newton, but it's clicking and it's better than it ever was with Cam Newton right now because they can attack every part of a defense because Nick Marshall and the ability to get on the edge, it's crazy with it. I'm telling you, I went back and watched that Alabama game last week, and you watch that coach's tape, my head was spinning. Like, I don't know all the personnel groupings they use. They don't run a lot of plays, dude, but they do enough of the jet sweeps to get you off balance, the quarterback run game. It's just – It's unbelievable, and then they do it with tempo.
Well, the Nola staff's going to have a month to try to figure out what Missouri couldn't figure out in a week, which is how to slow down that Auburn running game.
And they're good up front, and they're fast, so that'll help.
You mentioned Mason should get an invite. Well, the invites for the Heisman as the finalists are based purely on the voting, and those votes are due 5 p.m. Eastern time on Monday. Anything happened with the Florida State game? You had Winston at the top of your ballot. He played well enough after a shaky start. You're going to put him at the top. You put Mason in there as well.
I got Mason number 2, and it's not just this week where he just rushed for 300 yards against Missouri. I think you got to take into account last week against Alabama, over $150, a bunch of touchdowns. He's got 20-plus touchdowns this season. I think he means a lot to this offense, too. Remember, this is a one-dimensional offense. The running game with him between the tackles, it's been impressive. And today, I mean, putting up 300. Last week was the number 1 rush defense in the SEC. This week was the number 2 rush defense, and he just shredded them. I mean, it was pretty amazing. I think he's earned his way into that debate. But no, Jameis Winston's still number 1. But as I think it was hugely lopsided. Maybe it comes a little bit closer. Braxton Miller, for a little bit there, was looking like he was going to throw his name in the hat, too.
Knowles will need 28 points, if my math is correct, in the championship game to become the highest-scoring team of all time. 28 points, you like the chances to get Auburn's defense and getting that 28?
I mean, I think that's what I was talking about. When I was thinking about a debate, Ohio State versus Auburn, you can't debate Auburn's defense. 42 points against Missouri. They struggled big time in coverage. So I think he's going to get his. It's just a matter of if they get stops on the other end.